that a man knows what you are to him from the jump.
From the jump.
From the jump. So if one, you're accepting the red flags and settling for the red flags and are okay with the red flags, you give an inch, he takes a mile. For as long as he knows you're okay with it, he will push his boundaries.
Ooh, wow. But yeah, what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is episode 5. You've got Ben and Liv here. And this is 30 Living.
30 Living.
Yeah, we've got on the same clothes because we decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone today. So we appreciate all the people who are supporting us, especially a man by the name of Elisante.
Yes.
I think he goes by the name Maximili on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah. Tell the people a little bit about Elisante.
So if you notice the sweater I'm wearing, and
don't be anxious about your life.
Right. So that is one of his merch lines that he owns. So, go and support him. Follow him on Instagram, Maximili. He's also our editor. He's the one that's making our videos look superb. And so it's nice and comfortable. I'm not cold, so
you haven't complained.
No.
At all today.
Warm.
Yeah, nice and warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Maximili on Instagram.
Yeah, support.
Yeah, he's a creator. He's a photographer. And he's got a website. Yeah, it's maximili.creator-spring.com. It's a little bit, it's a mouthful. But yeah, we're going to put that link. We're going to put the link to his website along with his episode when we drop, when we publish. Yeah, so thank you, Ellie, for supporting us. It's rare to find friends who are willing to
go the extra mile.
To support you. So we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're back, episode 5. We actually, can't believe we're number 5 already.
I know, and you can see the progression.
You can see the evolution.
You can see the video quality is a little bit better.
It's a little bit better.
It's a little bit. The audio is great, crisp.
The audio is good.
The audio is crisp.
Yes, because of Elisante, he's kind of, when he mixes them together,
right?
He makes magic happens,
right?
Yeah, so we appreciate it,
and we're also learning too on our own, like what's working, what's not working.
Yeah, and continue to let us know what you like and what you don't like, what we can improve. Share your thoughts. Don't be afraid. We're nice people, I think, right?
Yes, interact with us on social media at 30 Living.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, because I see the subscribers are less than what the people who are actually watching. Yeah, so man, if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. You gotta support us, help us grow. Yeah, we really appreciate the love.
Right.
Yeah, and like I mentioned last time, we've gone international. We're in London. We got people watching from London. I know my auntie from Belgium. She's watching in Brussels.
Kenya as well.
Yeah, we got Kenya. Yeah, we got my cousins in Kenya watching. Turkey, everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, and Dublin, Ireland. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, actually,
right.
Actually, there's something I forgot. There is someone who might shoot a shot with you because he saw episode 3, and you said that you are not the one who's gonna go out there and hunt. You are traditional, and you want to be pursued,
right?
So he said, "Hey, I'm gonna shoot my shot." So if
slip and slide,
hey, that's what I told her. Hey, shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
Knock and the door shall be.
Oh, hey, she dropping scriptures this afternoon.
Listen.
Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna tell you who because I don't want to meddle.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
man, I mean, now you've said it. There's no excuse. If someone wants you, they're gonna come knocking.
Listen, the God works in mysterious ways.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Sometimes it be in the DMs. It goes down. And,
Okay, let's be clear. God is not out here sliding and slipping. Okay,
Nah, but he be moving people's spirits.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He moves.
Mm-hmm.
His spirit moves in mysterious ways.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, what are we talking about today? What
Yeah.
is the meat on the table?
What I like is the fact that we are progressing.
Okay.
We started off with, shooting shots,
Yes.
shoot away. And and then we went into dating, who pays. We talked the last episode we talked about red flags.
Yeah.
Of course, we didn't mention all the red flags. We just, we got only like 50 minutes to do this. So we not going to go into all the red flags and into details.
Mm-hmm.
But feel free to drop in the comments and interact with your red flags and what other red flags you guys have seen.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to talk about, you've seen the red flags.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the relationship
Oh.
and you choose to stay.
Okay.
What happens?
If you choose to stay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, are you? So the question maybe that we should ask is, are you? Because you saw the red flags or the red flag. So, are you making ultimatums? Are you demanding that he or she deal with whatever it is that you saw that you don't like? Because staying is one thing.
Right.
Yeah, because you could stay in silence, or maybe are you deciding to stay in silence?
Right.
Have you actually been in that situation, like where you saw a red flag and then you're like, you know what? I think we're gonna give this a try.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That answer it came too quick.
I mean,
Without hesitation, that was.
I mean, honestly, you live long enough. You experience situations where you settled and you stayed even after seeing the red flags. You stayed.
Settling. Wow.
Settling. It is settling. You're settling.
Wow.
Yeah. You deserve better, but you settle for less. I've been in situations like that. Yeah.
That got deep.
Settling. And you'll imagine living your life knowing you settled. You could have gotten better, but you settled because you were afraid
Wow.
that better wasn't out there.
Wow. Oh, wow. I think that should be a topic on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I got some things to say that, maybe unpopular.
That could be the next. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. We can.
It's an episode. Definitely an episode.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, we do stay, and I.
So what? When you decided to stay, you saw that red flag. You decided to stay. Did you decide to stay quiet, or did you give like ultimatums, or did you say, "Oh, let me be patient. Maybe this might go away"?
Okay, that's the route. So that's usually the route I've taken.
Okay.
It's where you're communicating it over time, but giving ultimatums never works.
It never. Okay.
It never works. And if you have to give ultimatums, this is not already it's not the relationship for you. But giving ultimatums, it's like forcing someone to do something or else.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like no. So the route that I've taken is he'll change. I will change him.
Ooh.
I will if I and I think it's maternal instincts of women, and I'm sure it's not all women, but since I'm a woman, I'm going to speak on me, and I've seen it and I've observed other ladies who have done this. It's where you think that if you nurture him, like, because if you mother him, quote unquote, and nurture him, you can heal him. You will heal him.
Wow.
Yeah. And if I love him and if I over love him, he will then in turn he will want to change for me. Right.
Wow. Is there such a thing as over loving someone?
I think that it can exist, but it's you're overgiving. You're overextending yourself and putting someone else's needs way above your needs. You almost you actually do neglect your own needs.
Okay.
And you put someone else's needs above yours. Just so that they can, you can, and I think it comes from a place you have unresolved issues within yourself as well, of course.
Yeah.
But you want this to work so bad, neglect your own needs and desires, just to fulfill someone else's. As in, like, I'm in love with him. Yeah. He's in love with me. Yeah. I feel like I'm the one who's gonna change him, so I'm gonna overgive.
Wow.
I'm gonna give my time.
Yeah.
Be patient with him more than you normally would.
Yeah.
I'm going to just overextend myself in all areas that I can, in order, so that he can feel loved and in turn change.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Wow. So in your experience, it has never worked.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's not that I've dated enough men to be able to make this statement that I'm about to make. Yeah. But with the people that I've experienced it with, or even my friends and their situations, I've never met a man who, let's say, you wanted him to change a certain behavior or a characteristic that is a negative one. That a behavior you wanted him to change. Yeah. And you extended and overloved him. Yeah. And he actually changed for you. Ooh. I have yet to see that. It's usually the situation I see is you stay, you beg, you pray, you fast for this man to change. He doesn't. You end up leaving eventually because the relationship is so insufferable. 3 months later, the things that you were begging him to do, he's doing it with someone else so easily.
Oh, wow. That's tricky. That is very, wow. Yeah, because, I've actually seen people like that. They kind of get out of a relationship and there was trouble in that relationship. Because he wasn't acting right. And then once they break up,
right,
2-3 months later, he is in deep water with this other person and he's doing all sorts of things. And, moments later, hey, she's walking down the aisle.
With him.
Yeah, with him, yeah. So, I can, you can never change a person.
No.
Yeah, it's because changing comes from one's own realization that there is a problem that needs to be fixed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because first of all, if you do not realize that there's something in you that needs to change,
right,
it's not gonna change.
Right.
That's why you're like ultimatums don't work, and the reason they don't work is someone can change in that moment just to please you. Be like, oh, so this is what they want. And for us to be together, I have to do this.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to change in the moment. Yeah. But a week later, 2 weeks later, they're just back into the same old thing.
The same cycle.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, like, it just not even makes me wonder. It makes me come to the conclusion that you're not the woman he wants. You're not the woman. You don't have much of it. You how do I say it? You're not the woman for him, because if you were, it wouldn't come to ultimatums.
Yeah.
Because a man knows, you told us this last week or in previous episodes, that a man knows what you are to him from the jump. From the jump. So if one, you're accepting the red flags and settling for the red flags and are okay with the red flags, you give an inch, he takes a mile. For as long as he knows you're okay with it, he will push his boundaries.
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
That's with anybody.
Yeah. Wow, that's deep.
Because if I see you accepting something a little
That's
bit,
deep. Yeah.
I'll continue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, it's just really just, I'm laughing, but it's bringing back traumatic memories.
Flashbacks.
I'm like, yeah, they were doing this because I was letting things happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. That's that's some stuff.
And I feel like when you're younger, it's you're not thinking about this stuff. You're like,
So let me ask. Have all the red flags that you've seen and experienced,
right.
have they all been like non-negotiables? Like,
Yeah.
like I really can't do this if
Right.
this is happening.
Right.
Okay.
And there's a guy who told me, right? This it's a guy friend
Yeah.
who told me, you have to enter into relationship. It might have been you, actually. You have to enter into relationship like a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business. It's an interview. It's a business.
Yeah.
Your core
Yeah.
values, your
Yeah.
core beliefs, have them outlined. You're interviewing people about your core values and your core beliefs. Does his resume line up with your qualifications, with what you're asking for,
Right.
with those specific values? The other things that can be brushed up. You could fix that up.
Yeah.
But the main things,
Yeah.
those are like if his relationship with God,
Yeah.
how does that look like? His relationship with his family, his relationship with money,
Yeah.
his relationship with himself, purpose.
Yeah.
Those are 5 things.
Yeah.
And if you don't know your stuff, what you stand for,
Right.
you will fall for anything.
Yeah, they say if you don't stand for anything, you're gonna fall.
Yeah. So why
Yeah.
go to interviews? Why take interviews if you don't know if you don't know what they're coming to do?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's true.
Why are you taking
No,
interviews?
that's true. No, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I mean, you get interview for fun when you're in your 20s,
Yeah. I think we did that.
but now you're in your 30s.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that
That
anymore.
you have a position available.
Yeah. Unless you're the child that
Right.
Paul was speaking about in that verse. When I was a child, I acted as a child, and I'm still a child. So that's that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
That is an immature. Yeah. So my side is, no, now that we're in our 30s and you're becoming serious, by now you should know your core values, your core beliefs,
Yeah.
what you stand for.
Yeah.
And if you have a position available, as in you're open to fulfill, some position in your life,
Yeah.
take interviews and take them as business first.
Yeah.
And then feelings are just the frosting.
Yeah.
Feelings are just the font on the paper. But what is it saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I
Because
operate.
I can give you an analogy. Like, right, we've kind of like right in the beginning when I started the business, right?
Right.
It was like in the thick of COVID, and you're like desperate. Like we get nobody wants to work because they're afraid, of course.
Right.
So we were, at least I was desperate. I was like, we need people.
Yeah.
So there was this one person, and actually an older white lady.
Right.
The strangest interview I've ever had. No, it's not like we weren't looking for a ton of experience, right? But at least if you're coming to interview at a job that you don't know how to do,
Right.
then that's a red flag that I noticed. But I was like, man, maybe we can train. It was a mistake. And actually, the weirdest thing about that interview, she ended up singing to me in the interview. I was like, who does that?
Right.
She's like, oh, thank you for the opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. That was she started. But anyway, it did not work out in the end.
Right.
Yeah, because even when it came to the training,
Right.
she was like, oh, I didn't know this was part of the,
But that's what you hired.
Yeah. So like after that, it was before you come in,
Right.
you gotta tick all these boxes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying.
Have boxes.
Yeah.
How is it for you? Have you ever been?
I've stayed.
You stayed.
I've stayed.
You saw the red flags and stayed.
Oh yeah.
Why?
I think for me it was for it's not like I wanted. Yeah, obviously I wanted them to change.
Okay, so it's the same for
yeah,
me.
but
Okay.
that was not the motivating factor for me to stay. Like obviously that was like an underline. Ultimately I want you to change.
Right.
Yeah, but it is stupid. Let me tell you, like, yeesh. The reason why I stayed, I was like, there's no way I can get another person like this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang. Wow.
Mic drop.
And that was such a stupid, like looking back, hindsight is 2020. Looking back, you're like, wow. Like you actually have a conversation with yourself.
Right.
Like talking yourself into like there is no way out. It's like you're in a maze.
Right.
You're in a maze, like you can get out. You just need to calm down.
Right.
And figure out how to. Yeah, but when you panic, you're like, oh, I will never get out.
Right.
Oh, I'll never see. You know what I'm saying? So that was the motivating factor for me. I was like, yeah, I do not see myself with another person. And even if I leave, I'm never gonna find another one like this.
So
so I stayed.
I've done that too.
Yeah.
Wow, you stayed because you thought you would never find another.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were settling.
I guess if that's the definition of settling.
That is
you're not like I'm settling. In your mind, you're
right.
You're rationalizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in reality,
yeah,
you feel like this is the best I'm ever gonna get.
Man, why you gotta say? I didn't want to say it like that, but that's what I thought.
This is the best that I deserve.
That's not even deserve, like the best.
Yeah.
That I'm never gonna get another one like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're settling.
Yeah.
What if you don't mind me asking, what was the thing that you thought they would change?
Well. Hey, I was afraid you.
This is 30 Living. We're keeping it real.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into details.
Oh, when I opened my mouth to say what it is, she got.
It's okay.
Man, it was the thing that we were talking about in episode 4. You know how you can't have close
okay.
male friends.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you thought that was gonna. And you thought what?
Yeah, I thought that was. It's not even like overloving someone, because for me, I actually retreat. Once I see there's trouble, I don't. Which is it's the stupidest thing.
Okay.
Like I retreat.
You put your walls up.
Like yeah. I'm like okay. Like I want to deal with it, but not right now. So in staying, and they knew that I knew what was happening between them.
Right.
In staying, I was hoping she'd be like, yeah, okay. I did this. He said he must, he must love. You know what I'm saying? He must love me.
He must.
He stayed, so he must love me.
So then,
so in what I was rationalizing is, she's going to not even cut ties, but and whatever that thing was.
Got it.
Because I stayed.
Because you're there.
Yeah, because
you
I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that never worked.
Oh no! What do you mean?
Did they cut ties for a little
Are
bit?
we sitting at this here table? And yeah, so yeah, but and that was not even the only relationship that I've stayed in when that was a red flag.
Okay, so
I can tell you some crazy things. Let me tell you a crazy thing. Oh Lord! Actually, they don't know that I actually did this.
Okay,
maybe they do.
Well, now they're about to find out. Lay it on the table.
No, I saw a red flag. It's
Okay.
you remember the one that I was telling you? She used to use. She used to speak in code to her girlfriends.
Right.
When I was around.
Right.
Yeah. So, like you know how you connect dots like over a period of time. So I connected the dots, and one time we were hanging out, and then obviously code language.
Right.
Yeah, they made the plans.
Mm-hmm.
I understood what they were saying.
Okay.
Because, I made my own language based on their language.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed up. They didn't know I was there, but I showed up.
Okay.
And surely, yeah, whatever it is they said,
They were doing.
and I understood what it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they were there with some
other guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, like when you rationalize things,
Right.
you do crazy things like that. Because now you're like leaving. It's not like you're wasting time.
Right.
Spending your own personal time dealing with things that you shouldn't be dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If a person drives you to that extent of following them to whatever it is that you heard they might, be going. They might be going.
You've already gone too far.
That's too far.
You've gone too
Even
far.
when you have the thought of doing that.
You've gone too far.
That's not healthy. That's toxic.
You know what someone told me once? I'm not even really sure who, but they're going to comment below if you told me this. Comment in the comments below if it was you. So that way people know who it was you. Wisdom. Okay, but they told me, dang, the thought just came and went. But they told me, the moment you start questioning, is this relationship right for me? It's not right for you. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
The minute the thought comes, is this it? Is this the one?
Actually, that's true.
Is this why are you questioning?
I think I've told you that.
It was you?
I don't know. Maybe you've heard it from somebody else. But no, I think we were having a conversation. And I said, when you get to the point of asking yourself a question about your relationship, then you're 9 times out of 10 that's a toxic.
Yeah.
It would be like asking yourself, would it be okay for you to cheat? It's wrong. You know it's wrong. And deep down you know it's wrong.
To what?
To cheat.
Oh.
Like it's like is it okay for me to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or asking your significant other, would it be okay for me to?
Yeah.
Because now you're not actually putting them first. Because if you you wouldn't ask them that question.
The minute you question your relationship,
yeah,
it's not as solid as you think it is. There's something going on because I mean I've heard people who do get married, they have cold feet, and I feel like cold feet and doubt are 2 different things.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you're in a relationship, you're seeing the red flags, and there's a part of you that isn't, like, you're not okay with that, and it's gonna come up over and over and over and over again, whether you leave today, next week, next year, or 5 years, or even 20 years.
Right.
You're going to either leave. You're gonna leave at one point.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna end.
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna live in an insufferable relationship.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It's not healthy for you.
It's settling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what makes you think that you gotta ask yourself. This is what I feel like I ask myself now that I'm in my 30s. If I end up in relationships that are that are toxic, or I see the red flags.
Yeah.
Why am I okay accepting this behavior? What about me is okay with this?
Ooh, that's a big question.
Yeah.
It sounds small, but it's a big question.
It's big. Yeah. What about me is okay with this? If I love me and I care about me, what part of me is allowing this?
Yeah, so people need to look inward and have a relationship with themselves first. Love yourself first. Actually, the second greatest commandment that Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. Yeah. It did not mean, because you have to love yourself to be able to love another person.
Right.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people hurt other people is because they haven't spent that time looking inward
Right.
with the person that's inside,
Mm-hmm.
knowing who they are,
Right.
and getting to love that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you don't love yourself, how can you extend that
Right.
to that other
Right.
person?
And now I just thought about it, like all our lives,
Mm-hmm.
from when we're born,
Mm-hmm.
we are taught to have relationships with others.
Mm-hmm.
It's not till I got older that I realized I have to start a relationship with myself.
Yeah.
Like
The person in the mirror.
me, my flesh and my spirit got to have a relationship
Yeah.
so that we're in together. We're in union. We're in unity.
Yeah.
And I know I can check myself.
Yeah.
My spirit can be like, okay, that's your flesh,
Yeah.
or that's this unresolved area.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like oftentimes we don't have a relationship with ourselves. We just know how to foster relationship with others. And how can we do that in a healthy way if we don't
Wow.
have a relationship with ourselves?
Wow. Maybe it's I think sometimes people don't even spend time
With
with
themselves.
themselves. It's like when you constantly feel the need to be in the presence of others, there is something that's
It's growing deeper in you.
there's something inside that needs to be checked. And
Like it's almost like what's happening is, hey,
like you can't stay
right,
home
right.
by yourself
No.
it's good to sit with your thoughts sometimes, not all the time. You don't want to overthink.
Right.
Because, we are human beings, and
Right.
human beings were created to love and to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Adam was there first. He had to spend that time with himself,
Mm-hmm.
know himself,
Yes.
before he could love Eve.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Otherwise, they would have been created at the same time.
Right. Right. I have a
Yeah.
question for you,
Yeah.
since you're a man. So man's perspective.
Every time you say I got a question for you, this
Nah,
something
it's-
inside just jumps.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
When a woman, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but
Mhm.
feel free to share if you have. But if a woman is really madly, deeply in love with you, right, and overextending herself and giving,
Mhm.
how does that register in your mind? Is it just it's too overwhelming, or you're not even noticing it because your mind isn't like, what goes on in your mind when a woman is like, for example, let's say you're doing something I don't like, but we're in a relationship. I communicate that. What would go through your mind as a guy?
Right now, I would say I'm in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
She says, I don't like this,
Right.
right? Like it's rubbing me off the wrong way.
Let's say you have a girl
Yeah.
relationship with somebody else that she doesn't like, and she's like, I don't like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If we're in a relationship, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
To cut it off
Yeah.
because you love her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not even like, oh, I can't see you anymore. It's like, you remember the boundaries we were talking about setting? Yeah, it's setting boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, okay, this is the way it is.
But I feel like maybe now you're speaking from the 30,
yeah.
over 30 living.
Back
man.
in the day, we probably wouldn't even have the space to talk about it.
Would you just use her? Like, be honest. Like
what? What do you mean?
let's say you meet a girl you're attracted to, she's beautiful, you enter a relationship, and she's asking you to do these things like change yourself, and in your mind, deep inside, you have no plans of changing that.
Yeah, back in the day,
Why keep her?
I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't even have had that conversation. Like it wasn't.
That's back in the days.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So if she actually brought it up back then, maybe I would have considered it, but not actually, because I wasn't dating with a purpose.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't there to be
Yeah.
like.
I think that's what it comes down to. You're right.
Yeah.
You just nailed it.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of this
late
relationship?
teens, early 20s live.
Right.
No, like
Even-
we're not talking about
Even mid-20s and late 20s.
oh wait a minute.
That's what I thought.
Wait a minute. No, there was one.
That's what I thought.
There was one.
Okay.
You see, it's like it just comes back.
You know, the memories.
Wait, like what?
The memories.
Late teens. That's a long time ago.
Oh, it was late teens?
Oh no, early 20s.
Okay.
2021.
Tell us.
2019. I don't know.
We love a good story.
No, it's not a story.
Oh,
It's nothing juicy.
okay.
Yeah, but privacy issues. No, there was such a situation.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me preface this by saying that hurt people.
Yes.
And for me, I actually decided not
To what?
to
pursue her?
change. No, to change whatever she was saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because she was doing the same thing. She just didn't think I knew. Yeah,
Got
like,
it.
okay. Oh, no, because that's what I'm saying. Hurt people.
Right.
I was hurt. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
it's not a thing I was going to bring up.
Right.
So, it's, you know, you're over there, really cool, very close, by the way, with
Right.
this person.
Uh-huh.
But then you turn around and come and tell me I got to distance myself from my
that.
friend.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying?
got it.
So I'm like, no, that's not going to happen.
And also, you had already known she's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for her, it was actually deeper.
Right.
It was like, you know, there were other things that were happening.
But also, you didn't want to change because not only because she was doing it, but because you weren't dating with a purpose.
Exactly. So it's so many things that were happening.
Right.
Not dating with a purpose. I was, it's like I'm doing the same thing she's doing. So I was hurting because I was hurt. I was hurting someone else because I was hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, yeah, it wasn't a good, I was not in a good space.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think you're like I think we've covered it. If nothing good comes out of settling, you see the red flags. Like comment in the comments below, interact with us, and tell us of a time where you saw the red flags, you stayed in the relationship,
Yeah.
and they changed,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. Of course, like I pray.
Yeah.
Prayer works.
Oh, it does.
But prayer works only when the other person's willing.
Yeah.
God's not in the business of forcing nothing
Oh,
on
yeah,
nobody.
yeah.
So it's like there are situations where you know it's like, but you're so desperate to change to fix that situation. It's like it's not that man's not planning to change for you. You are not the woman. You. I always hear that. I'm sure you've heard it. You're not the woman he's gonna change for. And it's true.
That's true.
And the right man, I feel like with the right man or the right woman, when you're dating with a purpose and you're allowing your spirit to lead you, the change, there's no big changes that need to be made. Ultimatums aren't there.
No, yeah.
It's little compromises.
Yeah.
It's the little things.
Yeah, that's what life is. Actually, relationships. It's compromise. Because the thing is, the chances of you finding 100% of what you want
Does not.
very slim.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, as long as those things and are not negotiables,
Right.
compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they snore, you maybe get a new mattress, or
Right.
the sleeper bed is fire here.
Mm-hmm.
If they chew loudly,
Right.
that's something that can be changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that can be. Yeah, those are the things. Okay, as long as you can perform the job. You remember when I was talking about the business? As long as you can do the job, we can fix other things.
Right.
Those little small things here and there. I had a guy. Applied, by the way. We're working together. Very, very good employee. Like he knew that you didn't have to teach, even with the training. That you have to keep on with the training.
Right.
You didn't have to like tell him, hey, he was good.
Right.
But one time this guy shows up in flip flops and shorts straight from the beach. I'm like, dude, you do know we have a dress code,
Right.
And it's the client who called me. It's like, hey, He's very good, but he's over here with flip flops and shorts. Yeah, so that can be fixed.
Right.
Yeah, he knew how to do the job. I just had to have a sit down and be like, hey, listen, we have a dress code, and we talked about it. You just can't do that.
Right.
But everything else is good. You have to start with the positive. The client really loves you.
That's that.
But
right.
No flip flops and no shorts.
So if they're qualified for the position,
anything else can be.
You can work through everything else.
Exactly.
But if you see that they're not qualified, you hire them anyways.
Did that mistake?
Then you're gonna have to deal with training, punish, like with everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
And you were both grown.
Yeah.
That's not a child. You're
true.
not his mother.
Yeah, that's the mistake that we make by parenting our significant others.
Do you think I feel like women, we do it more than men.
Maybe. Actually, you know what? Statistics might show that. I don't know. But I hear more stories from women, so it could be true. But I don't have the number, so I don't want to say yes.
Because I feel like it's rare. I'm sure it happens, but it's rare for you to want to go into to enter a relationship wanting to. It's like, I think it could be a maternal thing. It's a maternal thing.
Could be.
The nurturing part of us wants to be almost like his mommy. Mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah. First of all, that nurturing side of you never goes away. So on some level,
right.
That's, I know, let's not talk about like traditional responsibilities of men and women.
Right.
But from the Garden of Eden, like the woman is nurturing, like that's her.
She's a helper.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, I'm coming over here because you need help. It's like we come together, but there's a role that I have to play in this family, right? Yeah, and that's nurturing, not just for the kids, for him. But it doesn't mean now you have to be a parent.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you're parenting.
You're parenting him.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's not. It means building him up when he feels down. It means, protection. By the way, it's not always about physical.
Right.
You can protect someone emotionally.
Right.
Yeah. So nurturing is very. It's very important.
Nurturing is important, but not parenting.
Yeah.
Or the purpose of you nurturing cannot come from a place of desiring a change. Exactly. Like, I'm doing this because of, not I'm doing this because I love. I'm doing this because I'm anticipating a change. So I don't know. Maybe because I'm a woman and a lady, and I always hear stories of women. Oh, yeah, he was saying this, and it's clear red flag, and or he's still dealing with his ex's, clear red flag, or
that's a red flag.
Yeah, he's just a bunch of red flags of that you see, or he's not ready for a commitment. He's not ready for a relationship. He just got out of one, or really he just didn't. But
then leave.
But we still go because we think we're gonna be the ones to change his mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it is most women. Like, it comes more from women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if a woman tells me that I'm not ready for
you're gonna walk away.
Yeah. No. I've done that actually. Yeah. I've been told that.
Not us.
Yeah. But I will say, because my experience was, how you're saying, he said, I'm not ready for a relationship.
Right.
And then, 3 weeks later, he's with someone. No, he's not ready for a relationship with you. Yeah. Yeah. Because that was my case. Yeah. Like, I'm not ready, but,
Yeah. I hope and pray that we can get to a place where we're straight honest. Because you not being honest, is still you're okay. You're not being honest because you're afraid of hurting me, but you being dishonest is also hurting me.
Yeah. Honesty is the best policy. Yeah. People
say. And lastly, you can probably attest to this. Actually, I think you should say it. When a man tells you something, he means it.
Yeah, believe it.
Believe it. When anyone shows you who they are, believe it.
Believe it.
But when I just have to stress this because most times, and I think also because we're more vocal as women with our problems, we're going to reach out more.
Yeah.
But I've seen, even with my own past, a man will say, I don't want this, or I'm not doing this.
Oh,
or,
and then you still stay.
And yep.
Okay.
Because I'm going to change his
You know
mind.
actually what he's going to do? It's a problem occurs down the line. You know what he's going to say? I told you. Yeah.
You knew this.
Yeah. Like we talked about this. You know. But yeah. So what we're going to talk about next time though is not staying, the leaving. How do you leave? When do you leave? No, when should you leave? So I guess that, that's breakup territory. So we're going to I can see you're dreading it already.
You know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
It's a topic I know way too well.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
No,
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
It means I know a lot now.
Experience.
Experience is the best teacher. So I'll bring my tissue. Because I might.
Yeah?
We might shed. You might bring yours too.
Yeah.
Might have a shedding party.
Yeah? That bad?
I mean, I feel like we've healed.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not going to be tears, but it's a
okay.
difficult conversation.
Okay.
It's a difficult
all right.
conversation to have.
If tears come, let them come. Sometimes
No, I was just, no, that's
Okay.
worth
Let's stop right there.
again.
Let's stop
I'm just playing.
Yeah, so we can talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When to leave?
Yeah. When should you leave? And how should you leave? Because the how, sometimes we mess that up. And yeah, how, yes.
You pack your bag. I'm just playing.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. But as is a fashion, I do not want to leave things just like that. I want to end it on a very interesting note. So let me ask you a question.
Right.
Yeah. So if all your exes were to be brought together, what is one thing they would complain about you? If they were put together in one place and they were asked
One thing?
what is one thing they would all say? You know what?
That one.
Olivia was this.
That one. Don't. Answer it now?
Yeah, that's how we go end this episode. I told you, we just can't end things on a flat note.
If all my exes.
What is one thing they would complain? They would say, okay, this is one thing that we can. This is one thing she did. And
That is like,
yeah. What is one thing they would complain about you?
oh my goodness, you know what? I've never, ever thought about it.
Okay. You want to think about it and bring it up next episode?
I'm going to think about it.
Okay.
Watch all of them start email. I'm just like, start DMing me.
Email blasting.
You better say this. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that I'm perfect. I know I wasn't. It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
But
No, this is not about that. It's about you.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, do you have one?
Oh, for me, it's communication. Dead in the water. Yeah.
Communication.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to say I've improved.
Right.
But I was terrible at communicating.
Terrible at communication.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So next episode, we'll talk about breakups. Oh, man. That's going to be...
Wah, wah, wah.
Do I have that in here?
I can't.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about breakups in episode 6.
Breakups are a good thing. Don't always look at it as a negative.
That is true.
Yeah.
You're very right about that.
Breakups are a blessing, actually.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is we will put the positives and the negatives and weigh them and see. The positives of a breakup and
There's always positive.
no, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So episode 6. 6 is the number of man, they say. So we'll talk about them, those issues, in the coming episode. So thank you, everybody. If you haven't subscribed, again, subscribe.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know what you're waiting for. Yeah, hit that like button, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know how we're doing. This has been 30 Living with Ben and Liv. Peace in the Middle East.
That was good. That was great.